Alright, for those tuning in, this is FWO LBT Game 5, if I'm not mistaken. FWO has won 3 out of 4 so far. It was a 6-1 win in Game 1, a 6-2 win in Game 2. LBT came back and won as Koos comes in here. What's up, Koos? What's up, Koos?
Oh, hello.
Let me start the collab cam here.
Might have to turn on the stream for this game of LBT FWO.
It's already on. I beat you to it.
I was gonna say. Where's the link? The fuck? Where is it?
I don't know where it is. Don't yell.
Here we go. I think I found it.
Are you sure about that?
I am.
Oh, I think you're right.
I think so. I hope so.
Yep, there you are. Fantastic. Alright, do you just want to watch the rest of this game before we get into anything else, or?
Yeah, I mean.
Alright, good.
What is this at right now? Did they?
This is Game 5.
Okay, LB or FWO won Game 4.
They did.
But it was like what, a 2-cap game, I think.
Yeah, 5-3, if I'm not mistaken. Although, I don't know if you were watching the end of that Game 4. Squeeb had a chance there against 4OD, trying to push in the clutch time. Oh my god, I couldn't believe how close that was.
The problem is Borges was just kind of sitting on a boost, which, I mean, I didn't hate, but it was just like it didn't work out correctly.
No. So, series score currently is 3-1 FWO. It was kind of funny, like, I was watching the first 2 games, and it's FWO 6-1, FWO 6-2.
You're like, oh boy.
Yeah, and I'm like, here we go. And it was kind of like we were talking about during finishing up our mailbag last week, where it's like, it's kind of like training weights. And it's like, LBG they needed a second to warm up to them. You know? They probably scrimmed some crappy team beforehand, and they weren't ready for it. And give them a couple games so they start to get in the swing of it, you know?
I don't know who would they have scrimmed though. I mean, because the other teams that were playing around this time are the other good game going on right now is the HGB TMS game.
Yeah, maybe FWO on a slightly higher level than both those teams.
But I mean, well, you could say that, but theoretically, I mean, it's not so far away.
Theoretically. Whatever the reason, LBT woke up after 2 games and won Game 3. And then Game 4 was competitive.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not just a map thing. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't bring myself to root for FWO. I find myself rooting for LBT. Maybe just because I'm an old ball and these are all old players on the other side.
I'll admit the shine has faded for me from FWO. Like, I don't want them to be a team that just run through everyone. Like, that's no fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've been watching all these. It feels like the guys go on offense quite a bit.
It does, yeah.
And it's like, it's riding that line for me.
I mean, all we can do is have the CRC watch and make a determination, right?
Yeah.
LBT's up 2-0 now, by the way.
But this TMS series got good too. Okay, then's got it. Oh, they're playing some good plays out here.
I'll admit I was not really watching that TMS series. I was so enthralled by Way of Pains. I had trouble paying attention.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
I know.
Is that game still going on too? Yes, it is. Oh, and okay. TPO won the last game.
No! So what? Did they really?
4-3, yeah.
Oh, come on, dude!
Could they have secured playoffs, or are they out of playoffs by that?
No, it's... Man,
it just makes it tighter.
12 points would have been huge, because it's OPH versus TPO week 7. So OPH needs to get like 4 or 5 wins, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's not that, it's Dream, because I don't know who White Pains plays last week. I'd have to pull that up.
What am I watching?
FWO.
Well, both these games are really good right now. If you guys don't have multi-twitch of this and okay then, I'd say you gotta line that up because this is actually some pretty good gameplay.
Yeah, no, I split. I'm saying next week OPH would need to sweep, I think, to give White Pains a chance. Who's
I can't. My
DMing
I can't. My head's going back and forth here.
I know it's hard, man. I'm just I have to stay my window focused on FWO, so that's kind of what I'm watching at the minute. So tech pro for Squeeb. Oh, I think they're gonna cap off that.
The firing squad did not work.
I know, I love it though. I mean, it was cinematic. Top
Yeah,
bomb.
the firing squad is 2 caps. Why'd you take the boost away? No good.
Trapson's just got to be in front here. Oh, Marcus, that's a fat block, dude.
What is your situation? Is it? Are you guys in trouble or for majors?
Majors were in officially. That was week 7 yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, so we're
Was
the
that-
5 seed.
Oh, okay.
It was just like, were we gonna get to 4 or maybe 3 was kind of the
Yeah.
question. Yeah.
Queeb is in trouble, and Jazz has the lock on.
Oh,
Oh,
Puffs
see, he was
now.
gonna sit off the flag there and do the .25 thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had so much time.
This is something LBT struggle with all series. They get so worried, and they just abandon these pups, and FWO ends up with both of them. It's happened so many times. And it's just killing them.
Oh, that was odd. So you want to know the notes I came up with for this one? Let's look. You need pups to beat FWO for sure.
Yo. Oh,
Like, you
Tinder,
don't-
beautiful. This cap, wow,
Nicely done.
wow.
You know what I mean? Like you can't.
Yeah,
You, this is some good stuff here, but you just can't make too many mistakes. And the other thing is that, does Marcus remind you of Galvatron a little bit with some more risk involved?
alright, just because they're both in high school and insanely talented, and probably had a bedtime at one point.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I guess I could buy that. I've never seen Galv play defense, but I could imagine it looks
Hey,
similar.
it was at least passable.
Yeah, I could imagine it looks
What is
similar.
Jazz doing? Jazz's team is down. I don't know what they're doing.
Minute and a half, I mean.
I don't think he can afford to take that TP and just keep it on D, especially when look at the guy running offense.
Shocker.
That's not good. For
Oh,
anybody.
Borges saves it. Oh,
I don't like that run. That run out. He's doing it again. Look,
yeah, that one is egregious, I think.
that's egregious.
We do have a CRC member in chat, by the way. I think Timmy's here.
Okay. What kind of ruling are they going to be able to make?
Hey, it's on stream evidence now.
Yeah.
At least a warning, maybe.
I mean, the problem is it's only a standing point. Can't do anything.
Yeah, but let's say you issued the warning now, and then maybe it is a scenario
Capture?
where there's
Whoa.
a game suspension. You know?
And he does it again. I mean, you can't even say that was just getting ahead that time.
Chance for
2-0 lead for, who is this? 2-0 lead for HGB in the last 4 minutes.
Oh, that's not Timmy. I thought I saw Timmy's username, but I guess I just saw Timote.
Oh.
Placid,
I get it.
Placid
Placid,
says
you're
you're
right.
pocket watching. What
Yeah,
Marcus
just
Cook?
hey, 3 times. He's a defender.
Oh my
See?
goodness.
And look what could have happened there. Look what could have happened there.
Oh,
That
that's a
time?
big one for LBT, man. Clutch time. Did I jinx it? I jinced it.
And look who ran on offense there at the end.
10 grabs. Like he's pushing it.
I mean, that was very obvious in the last, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 minutes. 2-1 now.
Is that game 5 for that other series?
That is it's entertaining game 5.
Okay, I don't know. Let me get that stream up, and then maybe I can like host. Okay, then on this maybe. It doesn't end.
So,
Jesus.
in the meantime,
Yeah. In the meantime.
what do you think that series means? in terms of LBT losing those first couple. I mean,
I think that series means, honestly, like I don't take too much from those first 2 games. I take a lot more from the last 3.
you think see, but why do you say that? Is it a matter of just LBT played? I don't know. They just kind of got outworked the
I really
first little
think
bit.
just FWO is good. Like first 2 games, and by the way, you go look at those first 2 games again. I know the scores were bad. It was 6-1, 6-2.
Yeah,
But
Tinder
Tinder had
bad?
about 3 or 4 moments where I'm like gasping because it's gonna be a cap or it's about to be a cap, and somehow FWO saves it. Like that game, those games were not as bad. Nice lead. Did they cap that?
What's going on here?
He didn't cap it.
It is a cat the other. Oh, what a play, dude! Irony has popped off on Centenaria.
Yeah.
I think Irony is the Centenaria guy.
Um.
No.
Are
Are you watching this?
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm trying to get the
Holy cow!
Trying to get okay then.
I didn't really have too many other opinions major. Let me look. I just got rid of my notes. Why did I get rid of my notes?
No, I really think it takes LBT a couple of games just to warm up to like how good FWO is, and like they still have plenty of chances. Like Tinder looked awesome game 1, game 2, and then suddenly they were able to warm up to them, and maybe the map helped, sure, but it's like now they're lurking even and they're taking 2 out of the final 3 games. I think it's a huge deal. I mean, to me, that puts LBT right in contention for the top, to me.
Yeah, and I think they were kind of already there. I was gonna bring us up to. I should have put this to you in chat earlier because I am about to make a pie chart.
Oh, word.
And I think we're making the. It's time for the official Mooper Ball pie chart.
Before you do the pie chart, give me the t-shirt ranking. The chat is asking.
Oh, for this one. This is a target buy.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna call this 7 because we've still got the top. We've got definitely the top 2 coming up, and we still got week 7. Let's think: first round playoff, second round playoff, post Mooper.
Yep.
So, still lots to look at, but this is a strong tender and moving up the rankings.
Give us a little closer look in on the logo on there. I can't tell what it is.
Tag Prof clutch cap.
True.
See, so I might have used 7. I've got 4, 5, 6, 3, and 4, and I've got 10. I mean, there's one stream that he has on there on his YouTube channel where literally like the part with my ranking is muted, and it's the only part that's muted.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. People comparing you though, Kaylin.
I know.
It's actually not bad. It's
not so far off.
It's the glasses.
It's not so far off.
All right,
okay.
That is.
I'll wait for the championship.
Wait for clutch time, maybe. Poet's gonna.
Get the rolling bomb.
The boost block
of dreams.
Oh.
Can you imagine? If people want to watch some good tag pro, this was a good series. I didn't really watch Centenaria. That's my I didn't watch Willow. That's my notes from this series. But the 2 big HGV wins definitely surprised me, because I think if you were gonna guess one team to knock out the other like that heading in, you would have said TMS would be the team that blows out.
Yeah, you would. I would have thought so, especially because like we saw HGB lose pretty handedly against FWO. They don't quote me on this. I'm gonna pull up the hub. I think they won 3 out of 5 against OPH the other week, which is not like a great series result for them. So yeah, I would agree. I'm kind of surprised that they were able to come out to such a hot start.
Beast, I saw that message. I don't think I didn't see that message.
Hold on, let me get their scores up here. So they where are they? Oh, their series from Saturday isn't even on here. What in the world?
Oh, did that happen? We just all forgot about it?
I think I watched it.
Let me make my pie chart while we're doing that.
I must have watched it. But I did the nightcap that night. Maybe I just skipped it. I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, tell me more about
no opinions matter.
Tell me more about TMS HGB, because I didn't really watch
just it was really back and forth, and I mean the level of plays were actually pretty fun to watch. It just made some entertaining. I think this was a good entertaining week of maps, right? Where I mean I know you think Willow's played out, but I think it's reliable, right? Like you're never gonna have a terrible time on Willow.
I think its only saving grace is it's been a little while, and
Maybe.
I think actually a lot of these minors players this season they haven't touched Willow in their life.
Or
For
yeah,
whatever reason.
if they have, it's very briefly.
Yeah. So that certainly makes it a little more palatable to watch. But man,
I think I definitely would have said, do we have to, like, if I was a player this year, I would have been like, do we really have to play Willow?
right, yeah.
But I think Centenario is a slept on map. I don't it's hard not to like, if you ask me. But no, just I think I'd have to go back and see what those first two games looked like on Willow.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they, blowouts like that are a little surprising between teams. I think these two are, like or we'll get to the pie chart, but these teams are contenders, and that I think games between contenders you don't often see those kind of blowouts. I mean, look at FWO series. The first three games were all blowouts one way or the other. 6-1, 6-2, 6-1.
Just everyone kind of take a measure of the other, it just takes a couple of games.
Yeah, but when it comes to the playoffs and it's one map in 10 minutes and that's it, you don't have time to trade body blows, so to speak.
I don't know. I think after tonight, I feel really good about at least these top four teams. I think playoffs are going to be a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, especially if you get someone that gets a fun upset that first week, where, I mean, depending on who it is, that you get a team that kind of gets hot maybe this next starting this week and then moving into the next.
Speaking of a team getting hot, can we
so
talk about them now?
So inspirational.
Way of Pains, man. I know they blew Game 5, which honestly kills the playoff hopes, but
it's inspirational.
It's still. Gamma looked so good tonight, man.
Did he?
My god! I mean, he was doing stupid stuff, but just like.
I was gonna say, I feel like.
but he was doing some amazing stuff too. And then Spork, he's looked really good the past couple of weeks. Taurus is in form. Dolph has been playing great next to Taurus, and it's like they've kind of they're rising from the ashes, man. They don't look bad.
No, I mean, I thought that was always the case. Is get Spjork and Taurus together, and no matter how rusty you may think they are, they're still good, right? So I mean, they're just that way of getting it all to happen. I think that was the key for them is having a bedrock on each side of the map and then going from there.
Yep, for sure. So they get 9 points tonight, and I'm gonna try to double check the standings here.
It's such a bummer.
Yeah, if they got in 12, I felt so much better about this. But they get 9 to put them at 23 after tonight. OPH has just surged above the rest of the bubble teams after sweeping Furballers tonight. As it stands, Way Pains is the 7. I think scores are being inputted now, so maybe these will live update for me. So Panko Pake sits at 35. So Way Pains is 12 points behind.
Thank you, no swag.
So yeah, OPH plays TPO next week. They would need OPH probably to sweep, and then whoever Way Pains plays, they probably got to sweep them.
I'm pretty sure Way of Pains plays either FWO or it's
no. Don't say that.
I think the way the schedule worked out was just unfavorable.
They play HGB.
See, now would HGB toss to pick their opponent in the first round? Would that work? I'm trying to think.
Well, so if you're HGB, you're probably not getting. Well, again, I think scores are still inputted. You're probably not getting in top 2 for the bye, right?
Oh, Furballers FWO is the one. Okay. That's going to be the we shouldn't even play these games because they're going to be sad.
Yeah, Furballer's officially in have fun mode.
And I'm saying this right now, if I see Marcus Yallo grab the flag during that series,
Okay, then, listen. I was playing in the tournament. I don't care. Blame Jarvis, not me, okay?
is this the West Coast tourney grudge all over again?
It may be. It's freaking 11:15 at night, and Jarvis is sleeping or whatever he's doing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, Taurus can play for him. And it's people just throwing
But back to Way of Pangs.
Yeah,
I thought
please.
early on they kind of just took some good advantage, took good momentum, and yeah, I mean, they were out there playing, man. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, this was a team that like 2 weeks ago, they were more than 6 feet under. They were so far down. And now it's like, man, if given this roster a full season, I would love to see what they could do. Right now I think they're probably maybe my fifth or sixth team, which is like a shock compared to what they're coming from here, right?
It's incredible.
And an outside shot at playoffs next week, which would just be absolutely miraculous. But you said in DMs, truly inspirational. I could not take my eyes off those games, man. I really could not.
Especially because after the way TPO looked last week, we're sitting there thinking, oh shit, TPO is a real contender for the Mooper here.
Yeah, and then today it was just none of that.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah, so I guess overreaction from us last week, you think?
Maybe, but also I do think... Oh yeah, here's the thing is, had TMS really had a bad week before that? Where we just go like, oh, every team's allowed one bad week. It's a long season. And you don't have to dumpster everybody you play unless you're just that good.
I'm gonna throw it way back, season 10, when I captained Pycurious and we were the 2 seed. We had a week towards the end of the season, I think it was even like week 6, where we got one forward by Ball or Nothing, who we ended up beating in the playoffs later that season. So yes, to your point, hard to be consistent week to week, for sure. I'm trying to see it. I think TMS outside of that has largely been pretty good.
It's a lot of 4s, and what do we say? That's how you get to the top of the standings.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of 4s and a lot of 3s with an overtime loss or something like that.
Now, I guess are you concerned now that they go 2 games against HEB and they get a hard fought 3 games against TPO last week? There seems like they're maybe hitting their plateau potentially.
There's always a chance. I also do think that the tag pro was so fun that it doesn't matter. We crowned them at the start of the season, but all these changes here have definitely moved the playing field around a little bit, like it always does.
Yeah,
so, you can't really.
I won't apologize for that preseason take. That was 100% I would
apologize
correct.
for thinking Marcus was not very good. I must have had like the 2016 or 2017 Marcus in my head.
Yeah,
he's very different. Just like just take the mechanics out of it almost. Obviously that's a night and day difference, but plays with a little bit of abandon. Takes risks when he feels he can do it. And the other thing is the way they play, they have that good mix of like one person will go and take a big swing and it won't really matter because everyone else will just be ahead, or there'll be the next person will be there to make the final move and get the big big cap or make the return in the middle of the field. Hugh brings up a great point. I wasn't thinking so much about Hugh's cap. I don't know. You might want to give us a timestamp of when and where.
I think he clipped it in the...
Because the more important one is game 1, Furballer's OPH face. Just a dominant cap, splitting 2 defenders.
So I didn't have Misery.
He had about 10 seconds worth of time. Yeah, Misery's got to click the thing that gets you the YouTube stream or something, because he makes a split in the corner, holds around, gets to the other side, past everybody, has like a 1v2 with his containing partner, bombs the player into the return and gets the cap there. It's literally the do-it-all cap, saving one at one end, creating one at the other. Oh, and the EUs, yeah, good point. Or you could just click the replays off of Tag Pro.
No, I was asking, was that the play? Because I saw some people giving Misery crap about it in chat. Was that the play where Misery came up with the word split for the first time?
Maybe. And I did not watch. I know Misery left it earlier. I didn't see if he had splats on or not. I'll have to wait for the YouTube video.
All right. Okay, Beast says it was fantastic.
That was, what was it? He like gets through him or something like that.
Yeah,
That
I think he's talking about like, oh, he made him move this way and that way, and it went right in between them. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey, what can you say? The newer balls, they're not up to date with the lingo.
That's a Mooper champ right there. By the way,
And a winter
beautiful
season and a
reins.
spring season.
Did you see him showing off on stream the reins from Yalpa for the Mooper?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I would never in a million years, sorry to say, I would never in a million years want a ring.
What would
Like a physical copy
if
of
you
a
were
ring.
to get something for a championship? What would you want?
Money. Money. It's a quick answer.
Fair enough, I guess.
There's a little Stugatz in all of this. So I can. Oh, do you want me to send you the pie chart?
Yeah, send me the pie chart. I'll
Like
bring it up.
in photo form. We'll do
yeah,
it this
in
way.
photo form would be good.
So this is straight out of Google Sheets.
I love me some Google Sheets, man.
I think it's time to deliver my take on the Mooper champion for the season.
I'll let you know when it's actually on stream, so give me a second.
Okay. In the meantime, I can go through chat. Don't know the 18 deal. I know the Pistons picked up Levert. I don't like that move. But I guess when your top returning guy is under investigation from the feds, you take what you can get.
Is that the Beasley?
Yeah.
Alright, it is up.
What do
The
you
pie
think
chart
of
is
it?
there. What do I think of it?
I think I do overrate FWO slightly, just
So,
because there's so
this
much
is your
variance that can
chances
happen
to
in
win the Mooper, is what you're
in
telling
it.
me.
Are these all 7-game series, right?
They are.
Even the first round?
Yes.
Okay, I may be slightly overrating FWO's chances.
I think you are. I think best of 7. I think we see more variance than that.
With
I think
10-minute games, yeah.
Alright, I mean, so much of this is seeding, right? Like, TPO we know is going to be a bottom seed, so they're probably playing FWO, so I agree with you there. LBT
Well,
is...
no, remember, they'd be playing HGB probably.
Oh, because of the buys, that's
Because
right.
the top 2 teams get
Yeah,
the buys.
So
And
we think
who's got
think
the other
it's
buy lined up?
Team S, depending on their last week.
So is the top 2 right now the FWO TMS? Are those both the buys probably, or is that, do we know?
Let me see if they put scores are in. So right now, as it stands, actually it's LBT and TMS with FWO has 15 points coming their way. So it'll be FWO and one of LBT and TMS, probably LBT.
Okay.
Oh, it's head to head for them next week. So there you go.
Oh, there you go.
So I would take LBT with a 5-point advantage on that. So in that case, TMS is probably playing TPO first round playoffs.
Yeah, and I think that'd be tight, but I'd still think you'd want to consider TMS favorites.
I would agree. And then so what? LBT gets a bye. So I think just right off the bat, your 11.1 is like massively underrating them just because they get the bye. They're in the focus.
You could almost swap that with HGB, and cut a little piece out of FWO, but that was just like top of the head.
Yeah,
I don't know,
and then who's the other playoff team? It'd be OPH, right?
Yeah, well.
So they're not even on the pie chart, is what you're telling me?
They'd have to beat HGB. Tough task. I mean,
I guess it depends
how
how they pick them, right? Could be Team S, OPH.
They played well tonight, but they also played the Furballers.
Yeah, no, I honestly I get from week 4 moving on, maybe even before that, I give no points for beating Furballers.
No, like, in your mind, nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Like, it's same thing in majors. Like, when we beat Waterloo's team yesterday, I don't even think we played well, and we won.
Yeah, I wouldn't take much away from that, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just, as much as I think we do overrate it, but, like, FWO played a 8 out of 10 game, 9 out of 10 game tonight against the team that is also up for the bye with them.
Yep.
And I can't tell if the 6-1 loss was a Marcus Ping game or something like that, or I don't know, but
Yeah, they tried to do a
seemed
ping
like
test
a
after
ping test
that. I'm not buying
afterwards.
it, dude.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be a fun request for OK then, is have him look at a for ballers game.
Yeah, I think to No Sweat's point, I honestly think you could go over 2 hours for one game. I mean, they could use it if they were
really
interested.
sad hold in there. I mean, they really only have the one flag carrier is the problem.
You're saying furballers only have the one?
Yeah, just because
CT,
one reliable
yeah, sure.
one.
Oh, yeah. Speaking, I know it doesn't really matter because they're not good, but CT I thought had a really nice night tonight. Thought it looked good.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said last week, they gotta keep an eye on, how can I make myself better in this last week, in these next couple months in the off season. Really pay attention to what am I doing incorrectly, because a lot of people can come away from a week like that, like they just played against a team that's playoff-ish, and you can look at it and go, oh man, I mean, I did a lot of things right. Our team just got capped on a bunch, and maybe that's the case. But the mentality you got to have is the mentality the best players have is there's always something you can do.
Yeah,
always something you can do.
True.
So, I mean, on the face of it, none of them are genuinely bad players. It's just a matter of they're not in the right composition of them this time around.
The way you talk, it reminds me of when NFL players play hard at the end of a lost season because they want to show their good tape to other teams for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like. I don't know, it's funny to me.
Squeeb mentioning that they did play differently between games 2 and 3.
I would be curious to know how. It just seemed like I think the puffs became less of an issue. If he doesn't want
to give the game away, I won't tell him to. But
I think at this level,
when these two teams are probably going to match up again in the playoffs, I'd say make the other team figure out what you did differently.
But can what is doing things differently really? I think for a lot of people, even in majors, it's like stay ahead, win a puck, don't panic, and that's like 90% of the game.
So is that playing more conservatively? You'd say?
No, I actually think
put it all under one umbrella.
I think they were playing almost they were abandoning pups in order to be ahead when they don't need to have that many people ahead, and they always got swept on it. I guess so. Squeep's saying they messed with in-base boost. Sure. So positioning stuff, I get.
That's some throwback changing. I remember in B team you'd always say stuff like, "Hey, play that boost differently." That's funny.
Okay. Well then, good. I'm glad they saw that and adjusted.
If your pie chart had to be made,
yeah,
what do you think it would look like?
Yeah, I think FWO and LBT, they have to be my two
at least
biggest
30% on both of them.
At least 30%.
Or somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, and so then I have to think about playoff matchups. You have to. So I think TMS is an easy win against their first round opponent as a 3 seed. I think HGB probably wins against whether it's OPH or TPO. They probably win it, right? So, I think you're right to give TPO a small chance. So I'd leave that as it is.
Yeah, I just think you never know.
And then so now we're in the Foci 4, right? And it's like FWO gets the choice between HGB and TMS. I think they take HGB in that scenario.
Yeah.
So to me that really limits HGB's chances. So I like kind of where you have HGB there. And then TMS versus LBT I think is maybe a little bit more winnable for TMS.
Does it just play, or no? Is this the one that's about to be played?
That's the one that's about to be played next week. So okay. we'll have a better idea next week.
Man, that's crazy. That's such a big time game to decide it.
Yeah. So I would say put TMS above HGB, which you have. LBT's got to be above them both, and I think that's your likely Mooper matchup. And so in which case FWO and LBT's got to be over 30 plus to me.
I think there's no guaranteed matchup in terms of the finals.
I think at this point likeliest, and I feel maybe 60% confident FWOT or LPT.
No, I mean, it's just I think HGB could get hot. I think TPO could get hot, and there's nothing to say that none of these teams. Well, part of me ranking FWO so high is they kind of have that feeling of being a little indestructible sometimes. I mean, when have we seen a team before tonight? They haven't really been threatened so much.
Aside from
At
week
least
one, right?
under the current.
Yeah,
that was the greatest loss in Miners history.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I think what's interesting about this team, and I hate doing this, and I hate when they do it in traditional sports, but like, this team none of these players, aside from Jazz, who I don't think has extensive playoff experience, it's like, I mean, Miners playoffs for the first time, let's say they run into TMS, and we get the classic Logi team experience. What happens? Are they gonna flip a little bit?
I definitely there is something to be said for that. I mean, I'm never gonna say that there's nothing involved in that. It definitely plays a role, that first time, and also you go in with that top seed, and all of a sudden you get expectations. I think that's what hurt some of my teams. There was the team that really hurt was when it was me, Sadness, Rob, and Skippy. I wish that VOD still existed, but we lost to a team of Amy, Diglett, Bob, and Zeus.
Yeah, you're probably right. That sounds right.
And it was one of those where you're like, how the fuck did you lose that series? That would have been a fun playoff to get it deep into, because we had a nice little friendly rivalry with Dark Side of the Ball at the time. But yeah, you go in that first series, and if there's a target on your back, you can feel it sometimes. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got the best mentals in the game. You definitely, if you go in that top seed and all of a sudden some team starts giving you a couple of games, you start quaking in your boots a little bit.
Yeah, and I just thank Marcus for all of the growth he's had this season. Like, what if he just completely abandons defense and just tries to grab, and they're playing TMS and it's not working, and does panic start to set in? That's the scenario in which I see them losing.
Yeah, could also lose straight up. It's not like they're.
Yeah.
It's not like it's impossible.
No, I mean, again, we saw it tonight. LBT took 2 off them, right? So I think straight up favors them, no doubt, though.
Are we ever 30-something minutes, maybe?
We're at 40, just crossed the 40 mark.
No kidding. Okay. Do you have anything fun lined up? Because I have one fun thing potentially lined up for the last
I had
topic of the day.
I had DM'd you about it. I did a little bit of research into it.
That's right.
It was the greatest playoff standings races or playoff runs, however you wanted to take it.
I forgot about it.
And I can spend 2 minutes on it. So let me.
Well, I mean, the fun ones are really going to be this upcoming weekend, or this upcoming week with the game for the 2 seed.
Yeah, so that's going to be a huge battle for the 2 seed.
This decides a lot in terms of, you get one team in that bye versus another, and then you get the whole situation of picking opponents the next round.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I don't know.
All right,
it'll be fun just to see, because I don't know where those teams are at level-wise, where you could say, I really don't know which one's better than the other.
Yeah, so what I had, obviously, MNS, that was Jarvis, Tag Prof, was it RKT and J24?
I gotta watch the YouTube short.
Which one's this?
It's one of your first most popular ones. Also,
nice.
Folks, I have a slight concern that Balanka is view-botting his YouTube shorts.
Number one, not true.
He's got a couple
if it is,
with
it's not under my control.
1.8 thousand views, and a lot of them have 200 and 300, but we're seeing a couple thousand.
It's the algorithm, man.
Unless someone's keeping them on overnight.
It's the algorithm.
All right, so this MNS, I'm watching the MNS one here.
Yes. I screwed that clip up because I had no idea what I was doing. But that's
Conman, Crowman, and
thank you. So that's the season. That was the Foci 4 matchup where they came back from 3-1 to win it in 7 to go to the Mooper against OPH. That was one of the greatest series I've ever seen. But they qualified for those playoffs because they capped, I think, with like half a second left in regulation in their final regular season game to actually get into the playoffs.
Wait, I can't tell. You don't even show the cap on.
I know.
You just say I'm at a state games.
I know. I screwed up clipping it. I was having trouble. That was like one of my first ones.
The YouTube short game, underrated.
Yeah. I'm much better at it now. Much better. But yeah, so that was like one of the selfie. That's a great shout. I wasn't gonna bring it up. TTAN season 9. There's still a clip from Ball Don't Lie stream out there. We're on Monarch.
Oh yeah, because we almost made playoffs.
We did make playoffs.
Oh, we did.
We were playing Pequeños Pandas for a playoff spot, and me and Hype had switched positions a couple of times during that series, and I was playing defense on Monarch. And like
wow.
we're down 1 with like a couple minutes left, and I start going and I capped twice in like the last 2 minutes, and there's one cap as time expires to clinch playoffs for us. And BDL, it's one of my greatest calls I've ever seen.
Oh, is this the one where you like got past a bunch of people like mid or something, and it was just like a straight line into the flag?
Oh, I guess splits. 3 seconds left in the game. He's coming in the cap. He's going. Yes, that's the one. Like Hype hits a bomb, and the bomb knocks people out of the way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So good, man. One of my favorites.
Hype is one of those players, man.
So that's a good shout. I didn't find it, but like season 14, small caps, it was between them and I think Club Penguin, if I'm remembering right. Huge battle for the 1 seed going into the playoffs. Small caps ended up winning the Mooper that season. Tag Prof had another question mark last season. Tag Prof was on that team. They had a similar situation where they're like barely sneaked in the playoffs last week of the season, and then they do it again, another miracle run.
I feel like we streamed it.
Yeah,
there was one that we mentioned. Oh no, we were just joking because we streamed the big loss in the semifinals, and I think we were joking about that during the draft because we were like trying to talk about how good a player was.
Oh yeah, sure.
And we go, oh, you streamed this.
Season 15.
Oh, the Kane extension came through.
Yes.
I didn't see that. What's the numbers on that?
I'm sorry?
1 year, $3 million salary, 2.5 in bonuses.
Yeah, the Kane contract.
I don't mind that one bit.
Yeah, that's fun. I just hate how old they are, man. For how bad they are. So those were just the teams that came off me just off the bat. I know Thundercats versus HGB, like I think season 29 was another big battle for the 1 seed. They ended up playing in the Mooper against each other, which I believe Thundercats ended up winning. I think that was the BSP season actually. But
I just feel like there's a lot of like seasons that say you and I might have taken off, and I feel like there's got to be at least a couple that we might have both taken off at the same time.
Yeah, mid-20s.
That we just would not have caught up with.
Yeah, mid-20s I was taking 2 or 3 seasons off at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But those were the ones that came to mind. Excited to see. I think you're right. The 2 seed's gonna be fun for next week, and then we'll see. Maybe Way of Pains. There's a miracle.
Is there a way to? Maybe you just will be. The problem is we don't play every single game at the last. At the same time, so there is potential for just collusion and problems that way. The league's got to really crack down and say every game starts at 9:30 next week. That's it.
They really should, man. And
no ifs, ands, or buts.
We get a little, tag pro on the fly, red zone, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But yeah, so that should be fun next week. No, I think really that's the only kind of. Like, that's what we're looking for. We think OPH is pretty certainly in, so it's really like, does Pingo Pig drop enough points for Way of Pains to even have a chance at it?
And then Way of Pains has to...
They have to win 12 or 15 points.
Yeah, against a good team, so...
Yeah, hard to do. But they do hold the head-to-head over Pingo Pig, so if Pingo Pig gets swept, they only need 12. So, it's not inconceivable.
Impossible is nothing.
So I think TPO could even win 1 if Way of Pain sweeps. So there's some room for optimism.
Did you think of any other great caps this season? I think Hugh had a really sick one week,
Yes.
like against I might have been against Furballers away at Pings. I think this one from Face though is the best of the bunch.
No, there was one. I think it was another FWO cap, but it's on Moonbase from week 1 to week 2, and I'm pretty sure Marcus, which is funny looking back in hindsight, is boosting in the base, and someone hits a bomb as he's like missing tile with his boost, and they hit the bomb to course correct him in the flag. Oh yes, Hugh had the audacity one. That's right. Yeah.
I think that was against like a older WAP.
Yeah. So those are some that come to mind for me. What was your fun little thing?
It might take too much time now. I'm thinking. Think of what we need to do for next week is think of attributes. You know how some sports they tell you build the perfect tag pro player.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think of the categories that it would all fall into. So, and then we can pick next week. We could say who's got those things.
What would be your first attribute?
Well, just I had 4 already, and there was one I thought of and then forgot. But I've already got communication, game sense, mechanics on offense, mechanics on defense.
Okay. Do you consider like power control a separate item within those, or would that fall within game sense? Maybe. We got vibes as a suggestion.
Vibes and communication feel like they go hand in hand for me though.
See, I think they're different. There's a different connotation between vibes and comms.
I'm always open for more, but I was trying to think of. There was one like.
Also,
yeah, Russ, you don't have humor, so it's okay.
But also, it's like, so whenever you see these for like real sports, right? It's like, oh, the QB's arm and the head. So what does it look like on a ball?
Oh,
how many are there?
You know what? It looks like Saturn's moons, just all rotating around, or like Saturn's rings, just all kind of circling around.
Yeah. It's not bad.
They should have been planets, not balls.
All right, let's.
It's just something to think about for next week.
Right.
Toss your suggestions in the chat.
Yeah, send us DMs too if you got any other suggestions. I kind of like that. Jade's index finger. I like that.
Yeah, who's got the best individual finger in the game? Who's best going left? Who's best going up?
Who's got the greatest spacebar on tag, bro?
Ooh. See, like what do you call them? Oh, so another one. Better than game sense would be maybe like utility control.
I was just thinking utility, yeah.
Utility control.
Okay. Board shop.
AKA who's got the timers. Okay.
I think that's a good note to end on.
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
I agree. And then are we trying to do a little playoff preview next week? We want no matchups though, I guess is the problem.
We could have the captains of the 3 and 4 seeds politely like let us know, you know.
Well, I've kind of exerted my influence a little bit before to do like trade deadline stuff. I may be able to pull some strings and get some live playoff reactions.
Bitten off more than you can chew, perhaps.
Maybe, but I think maybe there's a chance we could get some live playoff selections next week.
I would appreciate it a lot.
So let me do some background
on the part of LBT/TMS/HGB.
Also, are there games next week, or is it getting pushed like Majors is? Do we have any idea?
What's the holiday?
The 4th?
Oh no, that's a Friday.
I know Majors isn't playing games though. All right, someone says there's games next week. Although, how would how would you know, Timo?
I love the truth as much as the next guy, but I think that's a little much.
Yeah, I think Friday to Monday is probably safe. All right, so I'll try to work behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, and the schedule sync up. There you go.
Oh, that's right, because we were on 7, they're on 6. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, sounds good. I'll be doing this from the beach next week.
Oh.
So we'll have a little ocean view, perhaps.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, there's a trip. I might take a trip to Raleigh the week after next. I might be We might have to postpone clutch time. Is that possible? Let's
Uh-oh.
think. We'll work it out. I'll workshop it.
All right, let me know. I've got to get
I won't be
Streamlabs on my
at a beach,
computer,
but
so it could be on my laptop. We'll see what happens.
yeah, we'll have it blurred out. No view of anything that could violate the Twitch terms of service.
Are you kidding me? I've been working on the beach pod, dude.
I sad. I got 2 tennis matches I got to get in shape for. Back-to-back days.
Ouch.
I was laboring after Saturday.
You got your butt kicked on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tough luck, dude.
Some guy rode up on his bicycle and kicked my ass.
All right. Well, we will keep everyone posted. As
Yeah,
what happens
good stream.
next week.
Thanks for watching again, everyone. We're almost there. We're almost to the really fun stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Wait, hold on. I gotta make some noise. Drama-free week.
Hey, we need one of those signs. It's been 7 days since our last drama.
How about that?
Yep, good stuff.
Good job, everyone.
All right.
Great week.
Cruz, thank you for the time.
No problem.
And
Good seeing everyone.
We'll see you maybe next week. All right. Take care. All right. We are gone. I'm gonna make sure Coos disappears here, so you guys can't see him anymore. All right, he's gone. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Appreciate that. Thank you, OK Them, for the raid. Obviously, my next content won't be for a while. It'll probably be clutch time next week if we do have it. So we'll keep you all posted as to when that takes place. See you then.